How's it going, everyone? Today, we are going to be continuing Shogun. This is episode 7, and the last few episodes have just been bananas. The end of last episode, we're getting into something called Crimson Sky. We might be going to attack Osaka Castle. Ashido went nutso, even more so than usual, and we're now down a regent. Interesting. See how that goes. There's a lot of stuff happening, and I cannot wait to see where this goes next. I can't believe there's only 4 more episodes left. Go ahead and jump right into this one. If you're interested in full-length watch-alongs, then feel free to check out my Patreon. Over there is where I put full-length watch-along style videos, so you can watch along the whole movie or TV series with me, including this one. All of the full-length watch-alongs will be over there for Shogun by the time you're seeing this on YouTube. And the flaming arrows are really cool. Very gruesome. Very cool. Oh, they're cutting heads off. This has to be in the past, right? The way this is shot is just beautiful. 46 years ago? Wow, his first battle. He's been a badass his whole life. Incredible. I wasn't expecting to see Kid Toranaga. Oh. He's gonna do seppuku. Seppuku? Seppuku? Someone tried to tell me how to pronounce that, and I've already forgotten. Seconded? Is that someone that assists? Oh. God, this stuff that they used to do is just so goddamn gruesome. Oh! Oh, that's a lot. Oh, okay, so they kind of cut open, and then someone else comes and chops the head off to, I guess, end the suffering, or just end it in general, but they're meant to feel it and do it to themselves first. So gruesome. It's just impossible for me to imagine being able to do that to yourself, but I assume that's kind of like typically how something like that would go. But it's crazy that Toranaga did that at such a young age, and he did so much at such a young age. Apparently he was a warlord and won a whole war. It's crazy to me that Ashido thinks this is the person that he can do this to. I'm assuming Ashido also has some sort of crazy backstory as well. We heard something about Korea with him and Yabushige earlier in the episodes, but really, you're going against Toranaga? Crazy. It seems crazy. A stick of time. We meeting someone? Half brother, I'm assuming. That's not good. I wonder if there's some bad blood there between Toranaga and his brother. He still calls him the barbarian. You would think after everything that happened, he would at least try to show a tiny shred of respect. Oh. Mediocre. I guess that's all he's been doing this whole time. Oh, they're gonna do not forget about. Show him John. Of course, Buntaro doesn't like it. Good job, John. John looks so stiff and like he was about to shit himself.
早くもそそられまするな。我が家来衆はその方らと共に血を流さんと奮い立っておるぞ。
He seems in good spirits and like very laughy and jovial, but there's still so much tension, it feels like. And I'm not sure if his jovialness is real. Maybe the tension will like alleviate as time goes by.
7日なら1万2000じゃとわしの種違いの弟に井戸目を使うだけでか。
So now it's the half brother's turn with Kiku.
お銀と二人きりで会うことをご承知くださらねばなりません。
たわけたことを振る舞うように伝えよ。鉄砲ではなく刀を身につけ。
Our Lord urges you to be at your best and to please carry your swords, as is befitting a hatamoto.
Make sure to tell him about the gun. Don't hold the gun.
Crimson Sky mean that I am to be given maritime command during our attack.
役目のことも何も決めてはおらぬ。この話はこれでしまいじゃ。
Oh,
Our Lord has made,
I feel like surely
and I suggest you take this no further.
he has to have some idea of what he wants John to do, but he's holding it close to the chest.
I'm beginning to wonder if these gifts have any bloody meaning at all. What exactly is Corten?
安心をここへ呼んだのは皇天の話をするためではない。
I urge you to let this go.
John doesn't let anything go.
Please tell him I am ready for whatever our fate may bring.
安心様は覚悟ができていると申しておられまする。どんな宿命が待ち構えていようと。
That's all you can say at the moment. What else is there to do? What else is there to say? At least show the loyalty, and that's all you can do.
後ほど菊に会えるかどうか尋ねに参ったのじゃ。
近江様のような意気盛んなお若いお侍様にもっと似合いのものをお探しいたしましょうか。
いや、それには及ばぬ。
He only cares about Kiku.
と枕を交わして以来、この方の茶屋は汚れておるわ。
よくよく思い返してみれば、あの夜安心様のお心は別の方のもとにあったような。
Surely you shouldn't be sharing that. Oh, he just laid a seed in his mind that if he tells Buntaro about, it's not going to go well.
よう目が行き届いておるの。
With the rain falling in the backyard like that, it just looks so peaceful.
俺はわしからお前に手渡したいと思うての。大坂でお前と別れた時からこれはわしが守ると決めておった。
おかげさまでこのお務めを果たしましたら、私も自害して灰になるつもりにございます。
なぜ生きようとせぬ。
Please don't.
何故二人が命を懸けた勝利を味わおうとせんのだ。
この先に勝利があるのでございましょうか。
If there is victory, then maybe their deaths won't be as meaningless as they seemed to me at the beginning, but they still seem pretty meaningless to me. But they'll be a little bit less meaningless if all this actually comes to something good.
こちらには猛者がおりますもの。おじい様の息子文太郎様は我らの誇りにございまする。
That look was interesting. I wonder if he has complicated feelings about his son. Yeah, I really hope Fuji changes her mind about that.
初めて敵を討ち取った時は初めて女子を知るより心地よいものじゃと聞いたが。
どこでそのようなことを聞かれたのですか。
それは女子によりますぞ。
Nagakado is so headstrong. I feel like he wants to be just like his father, the boy warlord, winning battles and winning wars.
背後におった時は顎にも股にも毛が生えておらなんだのにの。
お腹を垂らすことに関してはおじ親の方がずっと上手じゃ。
またしても誰事。
Saeki-sama remarks about how long it has been since he has seen Nagakado-sama.
ほら見てみろ。自由たちの手前。
さぞや誇らしい。
Buntaro, hold yourself together, man.
奥方様が安心様への務めを果たされるのをご覧になると。
殿への務めという意味か。
Omi stirring the pot.
兄上が元服を迎えん年で初陣に勝ったのは知っておるか。わしが聞いた話では恥さらしの溝口が降参して神戸を垂れた時、わずか12の小っぱでありながら
12?
一刀のもとに切り落としたのじゃ。
Toranaga didn't seem so proud to be sharing that memory with his son. That's exactly the thing that Nagakado wants to hear.
扇の吉井虎中殿はわしの軍に何を下さるというのに。もしや兄上はわしに伊豆を下さるおつもりかの。
Yabushige is not gonna like that. Look at that face.
兄上が 名約を強固なものにする人質として
Yeah, we heard a little bit about that earlier in the episodes.
兄上に勇ましい振る舞いと言われ、やが兄上は腕から離れた袴にクソを漏らし、このまま馬で十里を進んだのだそうじゃ。
Way to make it awkward, bro.
兄上はこき
Look at everyone's faces. Oh god.
哀れに思っておったと申したかったまでのこと。
He knows what he's doing.
拙者が伊豆の領主になればどんな伝説が生まれていたことか。じゃが別の申し出を受けたばかりでござってな。
Oh no. Oh, you can't be serious right now. Are all of his men gonna turn? I knew I couldn't trust this guy.
で抑えてある。誰の命じゃ。
Disrespectful little shit.
虎長公の儀につき廃老衆の命により大坂に途上なさるべく候こと返答の儀は当方の使者大老申し伝えられるべく候。
Okay, he's the new regent. Good god.
かような名誉。
Technically, he was fulfilling the other guy's seat.
中よ。根原上前殺しに対する正式。
Very smart move from Ishido,
お主
frankly.
には切腹が申し付けられた。受け取りがない。
Holy shit.
確かに受けたまわった。しかと熟考を重ね、明日の日没までにご返事つかまつる。
Jesus Christ. And he's just been sitting there telling stories to Nagakado, knowing he would give him that.
What happens if he surrenders?
Toranaga-sama will be sentenced to death, and half his men will commit seppuku out of allegiance to him.
My Erasmus is still moored in that cove, and tonight I could go below, test the bilges, easy dive over the side, check the keel. She'll need careening and scraping. Yabushige's men could help. And then we could be out of that channel and...
Yes, let's do it. That's a good idea.
What could we do, Anjin-sama?
Anything is better than standing here pissing around.
Fair enough. It's gotta feel so helpless to be him in the situation right now. I mean, this whole time. Just complete helplessness. Just being pushed around on this chessboard and not having any control over anything.
石堂様はその返答として。
That's definitely gonna have a head in it. Well, we sent him Josen's head, I guess.
Reggie, whose crest is that? Ishido-sama. Bloody wonderful.
父上、ご決心はつきましたか。刀を血に濡らして戦いまするか。
Still so headstrong for
何故戦を出たことのない者は総じて戦をしたがるのかの。
It isn't all honor and glory, my guy. It's a lot more than that.
マリコ様に線香一本分のひとときをお約束いただき。帰って税関場でもしておれ。
いや、長門、約束は約束じゃ。我らに残された時が線香何本分かは。
I wonder what she wants.
歌方の世に生きるとはどのようなことか。お偉い殿方にお尽くしすることにございます。やがて老いてしなびれば花は捨てられる。殿は江戸に新しい都を作りになっておられます。そこでこれから先の手本を示すことがおできになるので。
我らの中にはこれより先などないもの。
At the current rate, there's no future for any of us. There's the stick gun.
私どもに明るい先行きをお与えくださります。幼い頃から稽古を積んだ者が老いても芸で身を立てられるようにしてくださります。
It's a very humble and nice thing to ask for, but what can he do?
その方の途方もない願いを叶えるには。
But what if you make it out of this?
そうでございましょうか。されど私は疑うております。
我が宿命はすでに定まった。
宿命は刀と同じ。それを操れる者にのみ助けとなります。手勢を弱らせたまま放っておいて弟君を迎えると。何故かようにうかつな過ちを。
わしが望んでそうしておると思うのか。
お詫び申し上げまする殿。私の思い違いだったのでございましょう。
I thought we had some insight, maybe, not just criticisms.
こんな遊女の慣れの果てのババアに。線香ももうとっくに燃え尽きました。
I thought maybe she knew something that could really help. I mean, her talk about fate was interesting. I mean, Lady Oshiba said she took fate and clawed its eyes out. Now she's saying fate is like a sword. I mean, Toranaga can't just accept his fate. Yabushige just being himself in front of the invading army here.
降伏か。降伏の術など時折
あの頃の暮らしに戻りとうなります。あの南蛮船が来る前の頃でございます。
It's not John's fault any of this is happening. These two talking is never a good thing, frankly.
我らに入りようなのは策のみじゃ。ふぬけ侍どもを片っ端から叩き切ってくれようぞ。
ふぬけ侍か。お主の悪たれ口は刀と同じで生蔵じゃ。
Of course he was lurking.
ご自分のされたことを恥とは思われませぬか。
名を残すためとあらば恥も外聞もあるものか。己はどうじゃNagakado。鶏のように殺され、名も立てぬうちに忘れ去られるのじゃぞ。
それが我が宿命ならば見事に死んでみせまする。
何が見事か。
Nagakado wants so badly to just jump out of that water and cut that guy right down.
自分が釜入れになればよかったと思っておるのじゃろう。
Sometimes I forget that happened in the first episode, that he did that.
なぜお前に話しておるのじゃろうか。風に向かって小便をしてるようなものじゃ。どうせ使い方も知らんくせに。
Is he going to teach him how to use a sword?
Appears to be occurring.
Yeah, I wondered what John would ever even do with those swords. I don't know if he's used a sword before.
I see what this is. I'm a fucking sailor. I don't know this blade from the handle.
Sword lessons with Yabushige. This is going to be super interesting.
Well, go on then. Might as well be now.
Buntaro needs some freaking anger management. Unhinged freak. Shouldn't all of your training taught you how to be calm and collected and not a giant idiot?
戦になるのなら私も戦いまする。
先に散った者たちへの供養にもなるであろう。藤殿の亡き夫のようにな。あの日忠義殿が父上のためにしたことをの。
Maybe not the best topic to talk about.
社外指導の比例を咎めるべきでござった。拙者にもっと度胸があれば忠義殿も藤殿の息子もまだ生きておったものを。
我らはできる時にできることをいたすもの。あとはそれで足りるように祈ることしかできませぬ。
Good advice. Fuji is quickly becoming one of my favorite characters. She's just so interesting. She says so many interesting things and just has such a unique personality and just very three-dimensional.
殿に申し上げたき義がございます。妻の同席もお許し願いませんか。
Time for more marriage counseling with Toranaga.
拙者に万人の首を取らせてくださりませ。
Get over yourself.
あいつが妻に向ける目つきが気に入りません。
Well, I don't like the way you hit your wife, so maybe fuck off.
その方の妻の心を盗もうとしておると申すか。いかにも。マリコ殿がそれを許しておる。そう申すのか。妻の首をと申しておりません。わしの問いに答えよ。その通りであると思うな。妻の首も即座に跳ねるのが筋である。
私の命は夫の思うがままでござりまする。
Disgusting.
妻に過ちがあったと思うておりません。
ならば安心も責められまい。
つまらぬことを申し上げました。成田速攻よいしょ。
私は友にお仕えしておりまする。
そなた決まってそう申すが、いつも物事の順序が曖昧になるようじゃ。父の仇と戦うわしの側におるのか、それとも万人の側におるのか。
Now he's back to calling him the barbarian.
されどどうか死を待ちながら時を過ごすのは苦しみの川で溺れ続けることに似ておりまする。自害することをお許しくださりませ。
She just wants the pain to end. She wants all of this to be over.
深い人生から。
And frankly, with all this shit being thrown at her, I don't blame her. Like, what even is this life? You say the words, my husband can kill me if he wants. Like, it's his choice. It's his thing to do. It's like, what even is a life like that worth living? Toranaga, I think, is just frustrated with this whole situation and taking it out on everybody, understandably. But I was hoping he would show a little bit more kindness to her. Or continue showing the kindness that he has been showing to her.
開けたことを言い出したとき、何故止めなんだ。ただえだ侮辱見過ごしたこと。違う、その話ではないわ。敵将の首を跳ねた話よ。バカらしい。一刀のもとに切り落としたじゃと。お主も見ておったであろう。
Was it not a single stroke?
くたびでございましたぞ。首が落ちたのはむごいことをなされましたな。
I did think that was a little bit weird that he was able to do that so cleanly in that flashback, but I didn't want to say anything because, I don't know, TV magic, I guess. I thought I chalked it up to be, I guess, but that makes a lot more sense, but it's also extremely gruesome, and he's right. Why would you pick a child to do that to you? I said at the beginning when they first met, maybe the tension will let up eventually, but the tension is just never let up throughout the whole episode. And how is this going to go? What has he decided?
では、正式なご返答。
わしはその方に降伏し、大坂に参ることを承知いたす。
He has surrendered.
恐れながら虎長様。
口を挟むでない。
誰で父上。
わしの腹はもう決まっておる。誰であろうといたしてはならんことじゃ。
Like Ashido was doing?
好天は誤りであった。
John.
Yabushige-sama. Nagakado-sama. The old great warlord, brilliant master of trickery, who tricked his own loyal vassals into a noiseless smothering. Mina Shinu.
God damn, John.
Fucking horse shit.
Never change, John. Be always exactly who you are. I love it.
本日よりどこへも勝手に参られるよ。もはや兄上は何者でもございません。
Mediocre brother, you surely are.
こたびのことが片付けば、お前を江戸の我が城に連れて行く一番じゃがの。
Saeki, don't like you. Don't like this. Poor Kiku.
私たちのまぐあいを高めさせていただいてもよろしいございまするか。野の喜びを高める道具がございます。
Well, he's definitely not going to say no to that.
取って参れ。
Does she have something up her sleeve? Is she going to take things into her own hands? Or is... I don't remember her name. The woman who runs the tea house. Maybe it's her plan? Something. Oh! Did Kiku know about this? Oh, damn, Nagakado! Oh, please let Nagakado survive this. Nagakado wants this so badly. Oh no! 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 Are you... No!
この死に様のどこが見事じゃ。
That has to be one of the most depressing endings to anything I've ever seen. I was honestly like enjoying the episode so much up to that point. I'm just distraught now, frankly. That was, I think, as awful as it was, like one of the most moving parts for me. I don't know why, just something about Nagakado's character throughout this whole show and throughout this whole episode specifically is just the way he talks, the way he carries himself, the things he expresses that he wants in life and in death. I just find it so heartbreaking that that's the way that he goes. And that genuinely shook me. I was not expecting that in the slightest. And my brain is just like broken now. I'm going to take a step away from that moment for a second and just go back to the rest of the episode. This is not the episode I expected to have at all. We were supposed to be getting Crimson Sky. We were supposed to be preparing for that. And then Saeki came into the picture, and I knew from that first scene with him and Toranaga speaking and all the tension that was being built there, all that laughter, all that joy that they were having Saeki express. It was just so obviously two-faced. And I wanted to believe that we were going to have an ally, but as soon as they like started talking, and then as we get further and further into the episode and they're talking and, you know, they're having that little powwow in that little hut where they were all talking about stories and stuff. He was sharing stories of Toranaga. The tension was just building and building, and you could tell that his intentions were just not what we would hope them to be in the situation. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know like how it was going to go and like how it was going to turn, in what direction it was going to turn. But I could just tell that whatever his intentions were, it was not what we were looking for. And it was not the kind of alliance that we were looking for, because he was just so far off the vibe of everyone else around him in that scene. And I didn't expect that, though, him to be made the new regent. I mean, good move, Ishido or Lady Oshiba, whoever made that decision. a very good decision. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Saeki does seem like the kind of person who would take that deal and betray his own brother like that and not feel a lick of shame for it. He called himself a mediocre brother, like the mediocre brother to the boy warlord. Like he's clearly been living in Toranaga's shadow his entire life. That was made very clear right from the get-go. And this is his chance to prove himself. In that turn, when it happened, I was kind of expecting like them to start just like killing each other right away. But no, we took a moment to take a breather for Toranaga to make a decision. And his decision was to surrender. I mean, he basically just surrendered himself and everyone close to him. He surrendered all of their lives. And that's why John got up and made that speech. And I mean, bravo, John. I mean, he's kind of given all the thoughts that I am having in that moment. And, you know, his outside perspective to all of this ritual and all of this like cultural thing, all the things that are happening that are just the norm in Japan at this time. He is just the one to stand off to the side and say, this is bollocks. What is happening? Why is this happening? Why do you do things this way? Why are you making these decisions? I don't want any part of this anymore. And just walks away. I'm very curious how Toranaga is going to respond to that in the next episode, what John is going to do in the next episode. Surely Toranaga's plan can't just be to surrender himself. I have to believe that he has some other plan and has some other thing he is aiming to do down the line. Like, yeah, maybe take me to Osaka, but then we'll do Crimson Sky. I don't know. Probably not, because they still need their whole like army from like Edo and everything. But I was sure like he had some other plan, but now I don't know. It was crazy seeing his earlier self, his younger self, all those years ago, win his first battle, chop off the head of that guy, like, and apparently it wasn't in one clean swipe. It took 9 times, which is just gross and awful and was probably so horrific to watch. I can't even imagine. I'm so glad they didn't make us watch that, because it probably was absolutely terrible in every way. I hate Buntaro so much. I gave him the tiniest little shred of respect in the episode where we like see him fight off all those people and we like see him disappear into the town being surrounded by people, and we presumed that he died and then he came back. But anyway, I gave him a tiny little bit of respect for that moment, and he's very clearly a skilled warrior, but he is an emotional mess. He is so stunted in his emotions. He's so angry and so insecure. I mean, I guess you can be, if you want to be fair, you can see that he is reading the things that are happening between Mariko and John, but frankly, you're a crappy husband. You suck. You're a horrible person. You call her disgusting filth. You call her line disgusting filth. You have all these insults thrown at her father, who she loves very, very much, and her family, who she loves very, very much. And you won't permit her to do the things with her own life that she wants to do. And frankly, you don't even remotely deserve her in the slightest. And I really don't care that that this little affair is happening off to the side. Frankly, it was just a blip of time in this grand scheme of things. And like, who gives a crap? There's so much more important things happening right now. And you're sitting here focusing on the barbarian John and wanting to go to Toranaga and try to have him marriage counsel you with your wife, whose life you think is your own and who you've conditioned to believe that her life is yours to take and to do with what you will. And I don't feel bad for you, even a tiny little bit, that they had this little tiny affair. You're a little angry freak and you need to go off in a corner somewhere and stop freaking out so much. Control yourself. Like, seriously. Anyway, I do not like him at all. And of course, I don't like Saeki at all. I was really hoping that ending scene was going to play out totally differently than how it did. I really thought Nagakado was about to do it. He was about to do the thing that he's been wanting to do. And to have that taken away from him in that way, not only was this like grand battle, this grand fight that he wanted to be a part of taken away from him, his life was obviously taken away from him, but also his death was taken away from him. The death that he yearned for, a meaningful death, something to be honored. And, you know, all of that was just taken away from him in an instant. And he was so young and so headstrong and so misguided. And I really mourn for him. He had a lot of really unfortunate notions of how his life should be and how, battles are. And, he really wanted to be in a battle, even though that's not something you should ever really want to be in. I get his mindset, and he was very young, but I don't know. He was so naive, and just see him go out like that was so heartbreaking. And I really felt it. I really felt his death really strongly. That totally decimated my mood watching that ending. And I mean, it's a really powerful show to be able to do that. I just felt like a pit in my stomach watching that. Anyway, I've been rambling on. I really enjoyed this episode, even up to the ending, even if it was horrible and made me feel awful. And I mean, what a great show that it can do that to me. But I really, really appreciated everything they did in this episode. I can't wait to see what comes next. I'm not looking forward to seeing Toranaga find out that Nagakado is dead. We'll see what happens next. But let me know what your thoughts are. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. And until next time, I will see you in the next episode of Shogun.